Okay, now we have succeeded in making x the subject of the formula. For the linear equation that we were having earlier, which of course was x minus 2y is equal to 4, we are now able to change that to x is equal to 4 plus 2y by moving the minus 2y to the other side of what? The equation. So we just moved the minus 2y to the other side of the equation from here to here. Simple. And we were now able to get our 4 plus 2y. Now, we can now decide to call this equation that we have now formed the third equation. You can call this, or you can just say equation 3. That's x is equal to 4 plus 2y. Okay. Don't forget that we are having another equation to deal with. That's the second equation. Now, the second equation is 2x plus 5y is equal to 17. 2x plus 5y is equal to 17. Okay. So, for 2x plus 5y is equal to 17, this equation is important, and this is the equation we are going to focus on now. But remember, you are only going to what? Use a form of x in this equation, and that form is now what? 4 plus 2y. X will no longer appear in this second equation. Rather, x will be substituted, and then you make use of this statement. Substitute for x. Listen very well. It's very important. You write it down when you're solving simultaneous equation. There are some statements you have to make as a mathematician. Yes. So, at this point, you can now say substitute x in what? Equation 2. Now, our x is already 4 plus 2y. So, substituting for x in equation 2, our x will now be what? 4 plus 2y. We are not going to put x down. Now, what is our equation 2? Our equation 2 is 2x plus 5y is equal to 17. 2x plus 5y is equal to 17. Now, that 2x that we're having here will now change to what? 2 open bracket. 2 open bracket. 2 open bracket. That open bracket means I'm replacing the x now by something else. I want to insert that thing. And what is that? My 4 plus 2y. So 4 plus 2y will now appear instead of x. Simple! You've done the substitution, just like the football match. Yes, you've now done the substitution. And now we're no longer having x. Rather, we are having 4 plus 2y. Then you close your bracket. Then you add your plus. Then you have your what? 5y is equal to 17. Okay. You can now see now that there is no x again in equation 2. So you can now solve for y. Simple. Is that easy? We don't have x to deal with anymore. We only have y to solve. We are only going to focus our attention now on y. But remember, we are only able to get to this level because of x. That is why it's called simultaneous equation. We are trying to solve. As we are trying to solve for x, we are finding y, and then we'll now find x. You see? So they are, you know, it's a combined effort. We're trying to find x, and then we're trying to find y at the same time. It's that simple. Just try to understand that there is no way we would have been able to get to this level without the help of x. And so now that we are now at this level, we'll just find y. And there is no way we're now going to get y and then we'll not be able to find x. Of course, once we get y, we now focus our attention on what? Finding the real value for x.